everyone. This is a quick message for everyone all around the world. This is for the nations. This is for the rulers. This is for the governments. This is for the kings. This is for the queens. This is for the princes, the princesses. This is for everyone from largest to smallest in ranking. This is for the entire world. Not just for earth, but this is also for everything in the heavens and everything on the earth and everything that is underneath the earth. This is the message of the Lord that the Lord has for everyone and everything. So first things first, the Lord gave me this word and he showed me two people. He actually showed me three people. He showed me Esther in the Bible, and he showed me David, and he showed me Mordecai. Those three people. And one of the scriptures that the Lord has given to me is in Romans. I believe it's in chapter 8. And it talks about the children of God, the true children of the Lord, rising up to take their place. And it says that all of creation is waiting for the true sons and daughters of God to rise up. And it also says that all of creation is awaiting also for the true sons and daughters to rise up. Now, why is that so important? What correlation does the sons and the daughters plus creation, what do they have in common? And what the Lord was showing me is that this earth, and not only earth, but also the heavens and all of creation, everything of what the Lord has built, everything of what he has created, there has been a hold on the plans of God. There has been a demonic agenda. There has been a demonic agenda to prevent God's people from rising up and from them knowing who they really are. And there has been so much distractions. There has been so much chaos. There has been so much confusion going on in the world, and there has been a demonic agenda from before the beginning of time, and the enemy has manipulated this world. And there has been, the Lord has showed me from the very beginning, there has been a demonic ruling, and the Lord wants to expose who that is. And it says that the devil is the ruler of this world. But it also says that there are other kingdoms that are also part of the enemy's kingdom. There's the kingdom of darkness. There's the den of thieves. There is the Jezebel kingdom. There is Babylon kingdom. There is the kingdom of Baal. There is so many different kingdoms combined and put together that they fortify one another, and they work together. And in the spirit, this is what is going on. In the physical, you see a president. In the physical, you see a mayor, or you see someone who is in power or in authority, who has a voice to this world, and they have a power and authority over the people. And the Lord is exposing that agenda of the enemy, that God is exposing it, and he is also removing it. So getting back to this true sons and daughters, so there has been an agenda for the true sons and daughters to not rise up. And one of the things that the Lord showed me the other day was there is someone in the position that God ordained for his sons and daughters to be in. And then he showed me Queen Esther, he showed me King David, and then he showed me Mordecai. And the Lord showed me the position that God has for his people is being occupied by a demonic source. And there's somebody in that position. And it is preventing the true sons and daughters of taking their place. And then he showed me for David, there was Saul. Now Saul, at first, he was ordained by man. Man wanted him. They chose a king. They wanted a king. And they chose him. And he chose Saul. And along the pathway, it didn't even last long for him to show who he truly was. And he was disobedient, he was prideful, he was arrogant, he was rebellious, and he started messing with witchcraft because he couldn't hear from God. He didn't have a relationship with the Lord, so he was running the kingdom with a carnal mind. He was running the kingdom with a carnal mind. And one of the things that he was spreading out, everyone who followed him, he had a spirit of fear. And he could not get past that fear. And everyone who followed him followed underneath that same authority of fear. So that's one of the things. And the second thing that the Lord was showing me was Queen Esther. There was a Vashti. There was a Queen Vashti. Prior to Esther being queen, there was a Queen Vashti. And the Lord showed me Vashti was she was disobedient to the king. She didn't want to obey what the Lord told her to do. She wanted to do her own thing. Once again, she was running the kingdom with a carnal mind, selfishness. So I want you guys to keep in mind these things that I'm speaking about. So Saul, pride, arrogance, rebellious, witchcraft, and fear. And a carnal mind, fleshly mind. Same thing with Vashti. Vashti had a fleshly mind. She was not submissive. And all she cared was about her self-image. All she cared about was herself. She didn't want to do anything to what the king wanted to do. She didn't want to participate or partake with him. None of that. And then the third one was Mordecai. The third person that the Lord showed me was Mordecai. Mordecai did not want to bow down to the one who was in position already. He had the position, and he was like the general of next to the king, and his name was Haman. If you don't know the story, his name was Haman. He was in position, but he had a demonic agenda to come and wipe out all of God's people, which was the people of Esther. And he had an agenda because of what Mordecai did. Mordecai didn't want to bow down to Haman. And because he didn't want to bow down to him, Haman thought he abused his authority. He had authority, so he abused his authority. And he said, okay, if you don't want to bow down to my decrees, my laws, you don't want to bow down to me and give praise to me, then I am going to not only annihilate you, but I'm going to send an annihilation. There is an annihilation hit, an assignment on God's people, and on the Mordecai's, and on Esther's. And it links back to the children of God. There is a hit. There is an assignment. There is a target. There is a contract. In the spirit, there is a prevention. And the Lord gave me this word earlier today. There is a prevention. There is a prevention stopping God's people from taking their position, and it's because there is someone already in that position, but they have a demonic agenda. They are not anointed. They are not saturated saturated by God. They are not, the Spirit of the Lord is not upon them. They have a demonic agenda to wipe out God's people. They have an agenda of fear, to infiltrate fear. They have an agenda to take out the true sons and daughters of God. And this is one of the things that the Lord wants to expose. And one of the things that the Lord was giving to me was the government. He was showing me in the governments, in the systems, there is an agenda to do the same thing. They're infiltrating fear. They're infiltrating pride. This is who is sitting on the thrones right now. This is who is in authority right now. This is who is doing all the decrees, all the laws. This is everyone. There's the ones that are in position at the moment, currently, as we speak. They're presidents, the mayors, the governors, the generals, the systems, the laws, the decrees. All of that has to do with fear, with pride, with stubbornness, with arrogance, with idolatry, with witchcraft. They don't want to bow down before the Lord. They don't want to be submissive before the Lord. So what they're doing is they are sitting in the position that God ordained for God's people to have. And the Lord said, this is the word of the Lord for you. The end of your reign has come. The end of your reign has come. The Lord says, I am removing the Sauls out from their position. I am removing the Vashtis out from their position. I am removing the Hamans out from their positions. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down real quick in this video. I'm going to break it down. The Lord is saying, right, I can hear him clearly even right now. I can hear the Lord saying, for the Sauls, you will be taken out, you, not only you, but your bloodline. Because it said that Saul and his sons, there was nobody next in line to take the throne. The Lord is saying he is making sure that there will be nobody to come and claim the throne after you. Nobody with the same agenda after you. There will be no more of the same system. There is going to be a new order. There is going to be a new law. There is going to be a new correction in the earth, all of the earth and all of the world and all of underneath the earth. There is a new correction that the Lord is bringing. God is removing who he has to remove. He is removing the Sauls. And the Lord said just now, he said, I am removing the Sauls with death. I am removing the Sauls and the ones who are next in line to take the throne, who has the same agenda, who has the same priorities, who has the same exact and replica and the replicated assignments as the Sauls. And I am coming to remove everyone who comes with an agenda to bring all types of arrogance, all types of fear, all types of assignments against God's children and his anointed ones on top of that. And everything of what you came to do, God is saying, I am not only wiping you out, but I am wiping out your bloodlines. I'm wiping out the ones who have the same paperwork as you do, and I'm taking them all out at the same time. And the Lord said in the scripture, it said for Saul, he said, you will know that it was I who have said this, when not only you will go, but also your whole family, your whole bloodline will go along with you on the same day. So this is what the Lord is saying. You and your systems are going to be cut off on the same day. At the same time, in the same hour, you will be receiving your judgments, which is death, for following witchcraft, for being prideful. It says pride comes before destruction. And God is saying, you have reigned with pride. You have reigned with a witchcraft agenda. You have been in position and clothing yourself with fear, and you have infiltrated this systems, and you have twisted it, and you have turned this whole world into having fear all over the news. If you look at the news, all of what they're doing is infiltrating fear. They send fear to the people. They don't even want you to go outside. They don't want you to go and travel. They don't want you to do anything. What they're doing is sending out videos of fear, sending out issues of fear, and all they're doing is also trying to clothe you with pride, trying to clothe you with their demonic agenda, and even pushing witchcraft onto people, pushing witchcraft onto their children, onto people, even in books, even in movies, and in this whole entire world is orchestrated within those three things: fear, witchcraft, and pride, and lust. And that's for the Sauls. The Lord said the reigning of the Sauls, the reigning of these three are ending right now. It's not coming. It's ending right now. And I'm going to get to Mordecai. With Haman. He had an assignment against Mordecai and his people, but it also linked back to Esther. But he died by his own agenda. He died by his own curses, by his own law, because as soon as the word got and it was exposed by Esther, I want to get to this one. As soon as it was exposed by Esther, God is saying, I am putting my kings in position. I am putting my queens in position, and I am having them come dressed for the occasion. I am having my sons and my daughters rise up so they can expose what is really there. They can expose the Hamans. They can expose the agendas of the enemy. They can expose what the enemy has been doing behind closed doors, the secret things that they have been doing behind closed doors. And God is exposing all of the things that the government has been doing behind closed doors. Everything what the enemy intended for evil, God is saying, I am turning it around for good, and I am removing you out of office. I am removing you. You will not even have an office. There will be no more office to come back to. There will be no more demonic systems. There will be no more rituals. There will be no more next kin in line. There is no more reigning for evil, for wicked and corrupted and polluted people who are coming with a demonic agenda, with a satanic agenda, with the devil agenda. God is saying, I am removing the Sauls, the Vashtis, and I am removing the Hamans out of office, and I am taking them out, and I'm putting my people into position. And the Lord is saying for Esther, as soon as God removed Esther, as soon as the king is removing who is there, the King of Kings is removing who is there. And I am just releasing the word of the Lord with the power and the authority that the Lord has given to me. The Lord has told me to release this. And he told me, I am putting my children into position. I'm putting my children into position. I'm rising up right now. They are done getting ready. The Lord was showing me, and I'm going to go in deeper on this with Esther. Esther, she had to go through preparation stages before she could even be queen. She had to go through 6 months of putting perfume, 6 months of putting oil. She was saturated. And the Lord is saying, I am done with the preparation stages. Now, I have found favor with Queen. I have found favor with Queen Esther. And the Lord showed me, he said, he told me, you have that power and the authority of Queen Esther. You have the power and the authority, and the power of life and death is on your tongue. I have saturated you. I have anointed you to expose what is there. I have anointed you. And as soon as Esther came into position, she had found out this download. The Lord was showing me. It said that she didn't just start talking. She didn't just start coming in there and pointing the fingers. She didn't just start giving all this thing, talking recklessly. She had to wait. She waited, and then she received insight. And the Lord is showing me the Esther of this time, which is me. The Lord said, in this time, the Esther is rising up, and she has taken her position. She is sitting on her throne. She is taking her position. She is wearing her crown. She is wearing her royal robes. She knows who she is. She is sitting down, but before she can start to speak, she is receiving this insight. And the Lord has given me this insight of what is going on in this world. And the Lord had told me, you are the one who has this anointing of Esther. And the Lord showed me that I have, and I am the Esther of this time. And I have the power and the authority to shut down, to expose, to kick out, to put in, to bring in the rightful people into position. And I have the power and the authority to wipe out and annihilate whoever I want to annihilate. And all I have to do is release the word and to give the order. So in this video, I'm going to make a second video. This is an introduction right here. And I'm just letting you know this is who God called me to be. This is who God called me to be. And I have the mantle of Esther, the oil and the saturation and the perfume and the ordination of Esther to speak the word of the Lord. And this is the word of the Lord. The Lord has had enough of the rulers of this world. He has had enough. And the Lord is saying, I am removing the Vashtis to put in my Esther in position. And I am in position right now. And the Lord is saying, I am removing the Saul so I could put my King David into position, the righteous one, the chosen anointed one. And this is who I'm putting in position. And the Lord is saying, I am also removing the Hamans, and I'm going to put the Mordecais in place. And I am removing the agenda, the assignment, the laws, the dictations, all of their amendments, all of their rules, everything of what it said that as soon as Esther came into position, she started to receive download. She started to receive instantaneous download from a heavenly source. She started to receive downloads. And then she didn't just start speaking and she didn't just start releasing about that download. She held it in and she said, I'm going to intercede for my people and for myself, and I am going. So Esther is an intercessor. Esther is a saturated woman. Esther is a woman who gets in the presence of God. She does not have a carnal mind. She does not have a fleshly mind. She has the mind of Christ. She has the mind of the Spirit, and this is who God is putting into position. He does not need another person who is in office, who is as a mayor, as someone who has a carnal mind. The Lord is saying, I am putting, oh my Lord, the Lord is saying, I am putting my Esther into position. And it is going to be through Esther who is going to remove everyone out of office. Everyone who is in position, everyone who is in the government. I'm seeing even in the spirit right now, I can see a wormhole. I can see a wormhole, and I can see heaven coming down this wormhole, and I literally see like heaven having a heavenly download right now. And it said that she received this insight and she started to pray. She started to intercede. And the Lord is saying, I am releasing my intercessor, Esther, my anointed one, to pray and intercede for this world and intercede for the children of God and to intercede about the boldness of the Lord upon her and the mantle that she has received. And the Lord is saying, I have granted her favor. The Lord has said, I have granted my Esther favor. And I am extending out my scepter to her. Whatever she wants, whatever she is asking for, it will be given to her. So hear the word of the Lord. Once again, this is just an introduction. I'm going to make a second video. But this is just an introduction to tell you who I am. So the Lord said that she received this insight and then she waited 3 days. She interceded for herself and she interceded for the people. And then she went before the king. And then she started to expose who was in the king. So here's the thing that got me. Vashti. Vashti was in position, and this man Haman was in position with her. He was reigning with her. And the Lord was saying everything that has to do with the carnal mind, everyone who had a carnal mind who was in position, not only is the queen going to get wiped out, but also the ones who were associated, who was reigning and ruling alongside of the queen. Every person who came into agreement and they had their position and they were reigning with the same agenda, same mindset, same mentality. And the Lord is saying, I am not only taking out the ones who are actually in position with the highest degree of positions, but God is saying, I am also removing every person underneath that ranking as well. I'm going to remove every single general. I'm going to remove your soldiers, your armies, your navy. I'm going to remove your air force. I'm going to remove all of your systems. I'm removing it as we speak. And I am going to use my Esther to speak. And she is anointed. I am anointed. I am anointed and saturated. I am God's chosen anointed one. That is my name. My name means God's chosen anointed one. And that is who is in position right now as we speak. And it said that she was put into position for such a time as this. There has been a weight. There has been a hold. The enemy had so much to put on top of God's children, on top, and he had so much agenda to rise up against the children of God's. Why? So they cannot take their place, because it is the ones who was in position, that is ordained by God, saturated and chosen and anointed and set apart for this time. I'm seeing fire in the spirit right now. Not only are they saturated, not only are they anointed, but they are chosen, and they are chosen, handpicked by God, and they are not moving from their position. They are not. Once they are in position, there is no taking them out. There is no removing them. There is not another person after them. God is saying, I am having my people to stay there for good. I am taking my Esthers, I'm taking my King Davids, and I'm pushing them to the front. No more being in the back. No more clothes with whatever agenda you wanted to put us enclosed in. No more. God is saying, I'm putting my people into position so they can put order. They can put order in this world with the correction. So they could put order. They could put order in this world with the mindset of Christ. And they have the mind of Christ. They are saturated with the presence of the Lord. They are anointed and they are chosen. They are appointed and set apart for this time. And God is putting them in position. He is having them in position. And the old ones who were in position, God is removing them. Plus their systems. And as soon as Esther highlighted and exposed Haman, and she exposed his plan, the king automatically, this is what I wanted to get to, the king automatically backed her up, because he had found favor with her. And even though Haman was in position, and at one point he was at favor with the king, the Lord is saying it does not matter your position compared to the queen that God has chosen. It does not compare. There is no comparison. The Lord is saying you cannot touch my anointed one. You cannot. It said that Haman tried to plead for mercy from her as soon as she exposed it. And the Lord is saying to me, he gave me this message the other day. He told me, I am not showing mercy to the merciless. I'm not giving you any grace. No grace. No mercy. You had an assignment on my people. An assignment to take out not only the people of God, but the queen of the Lord, the bride of Christ. So no, I give you no mercy. I show you no mercy. Not in this lifetime or the next. I give you no mercy. And the same assignment that you came against the children of God with, you will be impaled by your own assignment, by your own curses, and by the own words that you spoke out of your mouth for God's people to have. You will not succeed, and it will not hit its target. God's people will reign on this earth. The bride of Christ is in position. The Esther is in position. And I am giving the orders now to have all that is in my way to be removed. Everyone who has spoken against the queen and her people and God's people, everyone who has belittled and tried to have them not know who they are, I am removing you from your position, and I am giving you the first and the second death immediately. This is the of your reign. This is the end of your reign, says the Lord. My queen is in position now. And she is about to speak right now. And she is about to release the orders of the Lord. And the Lord told me this the other day, and I'm closing with this. I'm gonna close this video, and I'm gonna make a second video. But this is what the Lord told me. He said, I am making the queen's decree that whatever the queen asks for, whatever she is asking the Lord for, whatever she is sending out and commanding, it shall be done for her. Why? Because she speaks with a holy mind. She speaks from a holy heart. And she has a heavenly download of the demonic agenda that is going on in this world. What she speaks is truth. What she exposes is true. And the Lord is saying, I rise up my child. My child. It says in Revelations 12 that the woman is birthed out. She births out a child. And he comes out and he has an iron rod. And it says that this child, it has the power and the authority. He will rule this world. He will rule the nations. And he will crush them all like clay pots. He will hit his rod with an iron scepter. And he will rule. And the Lord saw it going back to King David. God is saying, I am putting my king in position. Not only am I putting my queen, but I am putting my king into position. The king is born. The reigning of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is here. It is no longer coming. The Lord said it is here. The establishment of the kingdom of heaven is here. And God is saying, with the reigning of the Lord, I have come to put an end to all that is wicked, all that is evil, all that is corrupt, all that is polluted. And I'm not only casting judgment on you, but I am bringing the annihilation with the judgments of the Lord. And I am holy to do so. I am righteous to do so, to judge this way. I will rule with an iron scepter. And I will crush the nations like clay pots. And the Lord says, the days of being and reigning for the enemy is over. The end of his reign is over. I am in position now. And the Lord is saying, I'm finishing with this. I am giving my queen whatever she asks. I am giving her the power and the authority of life and death in her tongue. And I have clothed her with her royal position. She is seated on her throne with her crown on her head. And all she has to do is speak from where she is. Speak from the throne room of God. Speak with the power and the authority of God. Speak with under the saturation and the ordination of the Lord. And the Lord is saying this. I am sending out the queen's decree with the king's approval. The queen's decree with the king's approval. And I am sending it out now.